Good day. Do you know what we really need to do to solve this immigration crisis and the problem? It's like what we face as a result of it. Well, number one, we got to realize what the problem actually is, and it's not immigration; it's the cartel. And it's black market dealers peddling drugs and human trafficking and guns and automatic weapons and other weapons and things of that nature. And then that's the actual problem, not immigration. But we have to figure out, why does that happen? Well, the black market thrives because of their prohibition to begin with. Guns, the levels people go to make guns unaccessible or inaccessible. Somebody just goes and buys it on the black market. If as long as they got money, they can do it. It's just more expensive, but they still can do it. The thing is, making guns, adding extra regulations, all you're doing is increasing the black market dealer profits, okay? So, how do we address that? Well, number one, I'm not going to stay on this topic long, but more regulation on guns are not the answer. We just need to hold people more accountable for the crimes they commit with guns. Because that's really our only option. Number one, hold ourselves within the intent of the Second Amendment. People say, well, they just had not pellet guns, but real more simpler guns back then. I forgot the muskets and stuff. Like the ammo, and you take a powder, it takes like a minute to reload and shit. Okay, and then they use that argument. I don't like that argument because the citizens had these weapons and so did the government. Now the government has ultra super secret tanks and flying aircrafts. And you want to know the real reason that the government wants you to report UFOs? It's not because they think there's aliens. It's because most of those UFOs are their projects and they want to know who knows about them. And they want to know what they saw so they can know what not to do so they can't get seen again. That's the real reason the government wants to know about UFOs, not because of fucking aliens. Not that there's not aliens. I'm just telling you, the government obviously doesn't care about your interest in aliens. They care about their secret shit getting let out and some backwoods idiot having a video of it. That's what they worry about. So that's the reason they do that. And how does this relate to immigration? Well, furthermore, we'd have to legalize drugs and legalize prostitution. Well, you're just like, well, Dustin, you agree with people using heroin? No. You use heroin? No, I don't. I smoke weed. That's it. Medical cannabis. I have medical. I have a card. Patient identification card. Maryland Medical Cannabis Commission. Okay? That's a good first step. They're legalizing weed, at least medically, but that's not enough. It's nowhere near enough. All drugs need to be legalized. You're like, but if you're known drugs. No, think about it. The war on drugs is what led to the escalation of the incarcerated population in this country in such a magnitude that it is now. The war on drugs. Motherfuckers are overdosing at maximum capacity in this country. Obviously, the war on drugs ain't working in 2018. It's been around for decades, and it's not doing a damn thing. As a matter of fact, if you know anybody that's in prison, they'll probably tell you that they get more drugs in prison than they get on the street. And a lot of times the guards help them. So, obviously that ain't working either. So that ain't the answer. So, check it. If we legalize drugs, then all the money we spend to prosecute people for that and send the police after that and the time they spend and the resources and all of that, well, if it's not illegal, the police aren't going to go after them. Therefore, that money that we're spending on the police is going to be utilized for the police to do something else more important. That's a good idea. I mean, why do you want the police running around for people smoking weed or doing drugs when, obviously, even though these people are doing drugs, they're dying? Do you think these people, wake up in the morning you know what? I'm going to use a bunch of drugs today and kill myself. No, there's a reason it gets there. The government hasn't helped with that. Here's the thing. If we legalize drugs, there's a few things that happen. The police can't go after it. That funding we use to go after it, we can shift to helping these people. We can use it for mental health, substance abuse, dual diagnosis. I know we already fund them, but we could actually look into useful ways to do it because we'd have so much more money to spend on research and treatment than we do now because of all the money we spend to freaking prosecute people. And then, you know what, we make it worse? We exacerbate it because then they go to the courts, then they owe a bunch of money and fines and have a bunch of regulations, and then the recidivism rate is ridiculous, and they go back for half the time it's technical violations, the petty as shit, and then they got to pay more money to get out, and then they owe more money, and then sometimes their license gets suspended because they can't pay. Now they can't drive to work. It's a domino effect, and it's constant within the justice system. The justice system. And there's a lot of that bullshit, and it's annoying because, for one, it doesn't help the problem. For two, it makes the problem worse. For three, it fucks over everybody involved. For four, it just seems like trying to squeeze all the money you possibly can from poor people, like they're pieces of shit. I mean, it seems like it's a social class thing. Like the judges, the courts, they're like, you're poor, so we're not getting much out of you, but we're gonna squeeze every fucking penny and make sure you suffer, and we're more likely to come back so we can squeeze every other penny you get just to make sure we're squeezing your ass to get every little fucking penny. That's not helpful, obviously. As in the land of the free with the largest prison population, 313 million population. China has 1 billion. Russia, I don't actually know their population. I know it's pretty hefty, but yet we're the ones with the largest prison population. That's a problem, the land of the free. Home of the brave? No, we're a bunch of pussies. That's why it's not the land of the free anymore. That's the problem. But back to that, okay? Now prostitution. Okay, human trafficking. Next thing. This is all related to cartel stuff. So what we do, we attack what they make profits on by legalizing it, regulating it. Okay, we legalize prostitution, government registry. So now we know, the government will know who is actually willfully doing this. They can have things in place so that they don't have to worry about STDs or diseases or being like, being involved in gangs and being killed and all of that. And then it's willful. There's no non-consent aspect of it. There's more jobs created. There's more ability to make money. There's a lot of good that can come from that. Okay? The fundamentalist Christians just got to get their heads out their fucking asses long enough. Because if you actually give a fuck about people and their lives and making them better, then the fundamentalist Christians got to stop saying, you know, you can have your religion, you can believe what you want, but the fact of the matter is your bullshit and you're imposing into law is killing people. Okay? That's the facts. Okay? Legalize prostitution, regulate prostitution, create a registry, find out who's this, make more jobs, we need them, okay? Some women want to do this, that's cool, stop treating them like shit because of it. That's their job choice, that's cool. They can make fun of you for fucking driving a backhoe for 20 years. Shut the fuck up, okay? Next, open the borders. You're like, no, why? Okay, we're too much government bullshit, we're spending a lot of money, we're not accomplishing a lot, we're separating families, it's bullshit. When in reality, there's a very competitive market around there, and there's also a lot of jobs that to be honest, Americans don't want to take. Like, I saw a story the other day about an avocado farmer that can't find workers. Do you want to fucking stand in a hot field all day picking fucking avocados for, like, bullshit ass amounts of money? No, you don't. So shut the fuck up, stop saying that, you're a racist, you're a piece of shit if you're saying that because it's a bullshit argument and you know it. Okay? There's a lot of jobs down there, otherwise, that we don't want to do. As a matter of fact, if you really want to do trying to get them will create competition, and it will create a competitive market. Y'all like free markets, right? Well, if you actually do it, stop being racist jackasses. Remember, you like free markets. Open the borders and push for fucking market competition around there. Regulate it as usual. This will harm the cartel. The whole aim of all of this is not to create immoral people and corruption in the United States of the youth. It's to fucking fight against the cartel, save people's lives, and do something that makes sense to make this country a better place so it actually is a free country and is good for the future for your fucking family, for my children, for your children, and their children's children. It's a bunch of bullshit with a bunch of these hateful bigots are fucking stupidly believing. It doesn't help that the fucking lobbyists spend all kinds of money pushing for shit that just lines their pockets with no interest in people's well-being or anything. Like nothing interested. They're not interested in anything but money or their lives, their ability to live a good, happy life, their family. Fuck our family, fuck our people, fuck all of that, fuck the government. They don't even care about the government. They kiss their asses just to get their way so they can keep their fucking money. That's all they care about. That's a problem. That's why this country's going to shit. And eventually, it's going to bite us in the ass. Just you watch. Our bullshit, our arrogant, hateful, ignorant bullshit, the fucking shit we're investing in, the people's pockets we're lining at the expense of our people. This country's going to pay for not investing in its population, I promise you. We're getting stupider. We're getting much stupider. I just saw the other day the IQ has dropped drastically in the last few decades of this country. The average IQ when my great-grandfather was in the freaking Marines, it was 120 in the military. It's 105 now, okay? But that's apparently collectively within the whole population. That's bad, okay? So stop getting your head stuck up your ass about what you think is moral and consider cause and effect, the reality of the situation. Stop giving me this fake bullshit. Y'all have a good night.